We would have had that baby at the house, fooling with him. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Comfort, and today I'm finally bringing you guys a video about my second labor story. My baby just turned 1, my Zeke. Zeke Baba. Zeke baby. You should check my Instagram out. I have a little cute video that I made for him documenting all his little moments and stuff. We already did Elijah's labor story. If you haven't seen that, check that video out right here. So now we're gonna get into Ezekiel's labor story. But first, have you subscribed to my channel? Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I really would appreciate that. Share the video, like the video, comment below if you can relate. Let me know some of y'all's stories. Please comment. And without further ado, let's get into this labor story. For Ezekiel, it was completely different from Elijah. Throughout that pregnancy, I felt amazing. The only time I would get sick would be like, I get car sick naturally anyway. So it would be like maybe in the car. If I eat and then drink water right after, that's when I would get sick. But besides that, honestly, I didn't get sick. I wasn't nauseous. I felt amazing. I did almost faint a couple times. And my mom said that she had that when she was pregnant with me. So yeah, that was a little scary. But besides that, I felt great. I had lots of energy. So we were moving, right? Thank God. Where I am now, this is my home. So we were moving. So we had bought our house. We had closed on our house February 14th. He was supposed to come March 30th or something, but I'd gone to the doctor. Now with Elijah, I had to be induced. The doctor let me know that, you know, usually when you have to be induced the first time, you're likely to be induced the second time, just to avoid having preeclampsia or any issues, you know, because sometimes it can happen the second time if it happened the first time. And she was like, you know, so just look forward to, you know, you're probably going to be induced again. I was like, okay, you know, whatever. And by the time with Ezekiel, I was ready. Like Elijah, I didn't see it coming, right? I told y'all I was blindsided, like not blindsided because I mean I was only like a couple weeks away, but I just did not anticipate having the baby early. But with Ezekiel, I was like, oh my God, but every appointment I'll be like, are you gonna induce me now? Are you gonna tell me when my induction date is? I was trying to tell people at my job, but the doctor was just like,
yeah, let's give it another week. Let's prolong it. It's fine. Let's just keep him in there, you know, a little longer. It's good.
I was like, oh my God. I really wanted her to be like, okay, fine, I'm gonna induce you, right? So I'm supposed to be induced March 17th. We're moving. We're at the house. They're setting up our TV, our internet. Been driving back and forth, and I am just out to here, huge, right? I start having contractions. And now with Elijah, I had never had contractions. And so I'm like, oh, but I can breathe through them. So I start like trying to track them. I never had contractions before in that way without being induced. I had a really bad headache. I was just so ready to have this baby, Lord. And my husband was kind of trying to prolong it because he wanted to get us moved in before the baby came, like before so we had everything like planned out. We're gonna move by this time and do this by this time and buy this by this time and whatever, right? So he was kind of like, baby, sure you need to go to the hospital? You sure? I'm like, yeah, I need to go. I had gone to the hospital like the day before because I had high blood pressure and a really bad headache, and the headache would not go away. They had give me some like medication that made me feel like dizzy and weird. But the headache went away, but it was just, yeah, it made me feel weird. Fast forward to, so we're at the house and they're setting stuff up, and I'm having contractions like maybe every 30 minutes, right? And it was literally like I'll sit and I'll just go, like in the middle of me talking, right? I heard from Real Housewives, you should go pee, right? And so I went to go pee. I don't know, that wasn't really relieving it too much. I don't know, like they started to get like more intense closer together, but they were still like 15 minutes. I don't remember. I'd have to look on the app. I don't know, but they were intense, right? My husband's not there. Like he's moving back and forth. Everyone's going back and forth. So I'm kind of holding the fort at the house. I'm like, okay, I think I need to go to the hospital. Let me just see what's going on. I'm having contractions the whole ride. Like, oh my, it is so painful. Like, oh my God, like what is this, right? But I'm still able to like talk and I did remember in a birthing class before I had Elijah, she was like, you'll know that you're having Braxton Hicks. It's not real contractions if you are still hungry, like you want to eat. And I remember while we were driving, And I saw some fast food places. And I'm like, I kind of want to eat something. I'm like, oh yeah. I was like, yeah, this is Braxton Hicks. It's not real contraction. So we got to the hospital. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm in pain. I'm having contractions. So they were like, okay, we can give you something. And so they gave me some pain relief. Didn't work. I was basically laid down there for like maybe 30, 45 minutes. They checked to see if I was dilated. I wasn't dilated. I was like 1. She was like, yeah, you're not dilated at all. Let me see if I can stretch you to like 1. You know how they, the way that they stretch you. She stretched you, was like, yeah, okay, got you to 1, okay. And she's like, okay, well, just go home. And she was like, do you want the pain medicine or do you want sleeping medication? I don't know why I said I want sleeping medicine. I just assumed that the sleeping med would just knock me out. I was like, I'm so tired. I'm in so much pain. Like, just give me the sleeping medication. They were like, okay, here's the sleeping medication. You can take it when you get home. And so I feel like the nurse knew something because we had waited. They went to go look at charts or whatever. It was like, okay, you guys are free to go now. You know, my husband was helping me walk out. And just, it's like the pain got worse as soon as we were about to leave. I was just trying to like tough it out, right? Like she was like, are you feeling any more pain right now? Like, I was like, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'll take the sleeping medicine. And then she's like, yeah, just take it. It'll knock you out. You'll be able to sleep. It's pretty strong. It'll knock you out. So they put me in a wheelchair, wheel me out, get home. Now, mind you, this is when we lived in an apartment, and our apartment was on the 3rd floor. The way that they did the stairs, it's like 4 flights of stairs, not really 3. And we had to park far because there was no parking. Oh my God, thank God for being in a house. So we had to park far. So we had to walk. I was like, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. I'm talking about we're inching. Like, I'm inching like this, like walking like this, like. Mind you, I've been doing the stairs at 7, 8, 9 months pregnant. Like, just, you know. And carrying Elijah up. Oh my God. How did I do that? I have no idea. So I got in, and as soon as we got into the apartment, I was like, okay, let me take the sleeping medicine and try to sleep. I couldn't sleep. I started timing the contractions. They were like every 30, like it was like they were every minute or something. I said no. I could not. I took the sleeping medication, did nothing. Took pain medicine, did nothing. I cannot. My husband is dead asleep. Oh, I'm like, babe, no, we need to go. We got to go we have to go. Now, my sister-in-law, she happened to be there. We were waking him up, so we finally got him up. When he sleeps, like, it's ridiculous. And he was like, okay, let's go.
And I'm like, what kind of torture is that?
I'm in pain. I'm on the floor. I am in agony. I said, no, this is a contraction. So we finally get to the hospital. I can't even make it to, like, the counter to check in. I look like one of those movies with...
Contraction.
It was ridiculous. They brought the chair, put me inside the chair. So they wheeled me up and they're like,
hey, you're back already?
I'm like, yeah. Contractions, it felt like period cramps times 1,000. Oh, I can feel it. I can feel it in my leg. And all that. It's a lot. It's trash. Don't do that. What they'll tell you is to breathe in and then try to breathe your way through it. But I'm like, oh my God, when is the epidural coming? So she checks me to see if I'm dilated. She's like, oh girl, you're 9 centimeters. I'm like, we would have had that baby at the house, fooling with him. Like, what? I was like, see, I told you. So I know he's panicking because he's like, this is not the plan, right? So I'm in pain. I'm in agony. So I call my mom. I'm like, mommy, the baby is coming right now. She's like, oh God, oh my God. I'm gonna try to come as soon as we can. We're coming. They're in Houston, right? The lady comes in. They give me some oxygen thing, maybe 30 minutes before an anesthesiologist came for the epidural. So he finally came. Mind you, the first time I got the epidural, like, it was like fine, easy peasy. I wasn't in pain yet when they gave me the epidural. I was in pain, but it was like a little bit of pain, right? I could do all the sit up, bend over, keep your back straight, all that stuff. It was fine, no biggie. But this time I'm already in pain. So I'm in the middle of a contraction. And so the nurse has to help me, like, hunch me over to give me the epidural. And I'm struggling. I'm like, please just stay straight. I don't want to be paralyzed. I'm in so much pain. They had to stop because I was having another contraction. And then they finally gave me the epidural, right? But the epidural doesn't kick in right away, but it's like slowly by slowly. And then it starts to kick in. I'm like, okay. I got the shakes again, like that happened the first time too. I got the shivers, but this time I'm throwing up. Like I cannot control it. I keep throwing up. Right? And they're like, oh God, they keep turning me over to throw up. They put a thing right here. They have oxygen thing on me. I'm throwing up. I'm God, like what is this? So then they're like, okay, you want to try to push a little bit? My doctor wasn't able to make it, so another doctor helped me. So I'm trying to push. I'm pushing, and I still hadn't got it. Like you would thought I had it down, but I barely got it down the first time. I wasn't screaming, but it was they were like, don't breathe. They were like, close your mouth, don't make a sound. So I would still be like, they're like, don't do that, don't make any sound, so you can really push. And that helped so much, right? It was a nightmare, but it helped. And this time it didn't hurt as bad because the epidural had kicked in, and by the time they wanted me to push, I still had my epidural intact. If that's how most women give birth, then I can understand why it's like, oh, okay, yeah, it's fine. Like it's not too excruciating. There's a huge difference. So I pushed. They're like,
oh, he's still too far up there. Okay, that's okay.
She was like, when you
feel like there's something coming out between your legs, just call us, let us know. That means the baby's head is dropping more.
So I'm like, okay. So I'm there, and I feel like there's something coming down between my legs.
They're like, no, not yet.
I'm like, girl, something is happening.
They're like, no.
I'm gonna say like 35 minutes later, I'm like, no, I feel something.
Okay. They're like, okay, all right, let's go.
So I push. I want to say I pushed for maybe like 45 minutes, maybe 45 minutes to an hour or something. They brought this thing, so this handle they had me hold on to while I was pushing, pushed me up, and I pushed and pushed. Finally got him out. My husband was calling our pastor and talking to my mom, and oh, the baby's here. Just running around like a chicken with his head cut off. Like he was just running all over the place. Wrote happy birthday on the chart, and it was so much. I'm talking about so much easier than Elijah. Oh my God, like, I mean, the contractions were a nightmare. The contractions were so painful. Everything else, like the actual delivery, oh my God, was so much easier. Like I could do that. If that's giving birth, that I can do. I can handle that. Because Elijah's was no. That is my second labor story for my baby Ezekiel. Happy birthday again to him. All month is his birthday. We're celebrating all month long. Go ahead and drop a happy birthday for him. Let me know if you guys have any questions I can answer. If there's anything that you wanted to know that I may have left out. If you want to know how it was during pregnancy, just let me know and I will be happy to oblige you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and go ahead and hit that post notification bell to be notified every time I post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.